So I'm going to break down and explain why young men of today are struggling with today's women. Now, we have to take into consideration that we are living in a time that we have never lived in before in human history, in human years. We are living in the social media era, which means there's unlimited options all over the place, right in front of your own eyes. So the fact that this is now a thing and has been a thing for a while has changed the dating dynamic and the atmosphere between men and women in general. And the fact that there's so many options out there gives younger men a harder time to compete with dudes who are a little bit older, a little bit wiser, a little more successful, a little more well put together. And women have those options. Younger women have those options. Younger dudes are not in the same bracket as a younger woman. So it only makes sense that with everything combined today, that younger dudes are struggling to get and keep and maintain women. The only option for younger dudes is to hustle it out. You have to grind. You have to self-sacrifice. Let time go on. And as time goes on, let's say you're in your mid-20s, you start to get up to your later 20s, there's new women coming around all the time. You can miss out on the girls your own age and get younger women. This is how the cycle is going today. And women who get a little too greedy, wait a little too long, typically miss out on the better men they could have got because they wanted to spend their young years being young, wild, and free, taking a bunch of eggplants. So, you see the results of that. They are not too good. And they are not too good. I think today a lot of younger dudes are struggling to get women, and it's not the end of the world because your time is coming, bro. Your time is coming. You could even be the best version of yourself being young, and it's still going to be tough. You could probably get women, but keeping them is a whole different thing when you're that young. Because you're not that successful yet. You don't have that much to offer yet. And, don't want to sneeze. And, older dudes do. You don't. And older women also struggle today because there's younger women that are coming all the time. So the women who wait and get older, it's only getting harder for them to get a man. Doesn't mean you can't. I don't want to sit here and discourage women who are older because you still can. It's just going to be harder. And as a younger man, it's not that you cannot and it's impossible to get a girl. You can. It's just going to be a lot harder. So it's easier for men because you have all the time on earth, and it's only hard in the beginning for men. If you start to do the work, you're going to get the results you want to get quick. And it's easy as hell for women at first. So if you make the choices that you should make quick, you're going to get those quick results. You're going to get the results you want in your dating lives. But greed is a hell of a thing. You have to know when to let go. You have to know when pick the right dude. Greed, I'm thinking things in my head right now. Greed can happen in many different ways. You could be greedy with money. You could be greedy in the stock market, the crypto market, like whatever. You could be a drug dealer and you just want to get in and make some money and then take the money and dip because you don't want to get caught. You don't want to get in trouble. People that stay in too long are going to end up getting busted because they got greedy. If you want to sell some drugs, I'm not saying to do it, But if you did do it, get in and get out. Get in, get your money, get out. I'm not saying to do it, but I'm just saying, usually people who sell drugs, that's what happens. People can successfully do it because they get in, they make a little bit of money, and they dip, and they're on to something different. They can take that money and use that money into something else. So the whole point here is greed doesn't work. A lot of women of today get greedy. They want to use their beauty and manipulate with that when they're young, instead of using their beauty to their advantage to get the best man and to keep the best man. But instead, they want to get a whole bunch of them and not keep any, and continue to live that life and lifestyle for a long time. All of a sudden, time has passed, they're old, and the men they want don't want them, because the men they want younger. And dudes that are young, it's not that you're not good enough, just maybe not right now. You might not have enough going right now, and later on you will. Later on, when you're in your mid-20s, late 20s, in your 30s, younger women are going to want you if you do the work, because you're going to have value. You're going to be up there, and women have options. Women can pick and select who they want to talk to, who they want to get things going with. That's just what it is. It is the social media day and age. It's not just about who you meet in real life. It's not who you come across in real life. We have access to everything. We have access to social media online. You can add whoever you want. You can become friends with whoever you want. People are just, that's what's happening nowadays. It's a big game until you do meet your person, and then all that comes to an end. But in the meantime, that's what it's going to be. So we'd like to believe love is unconditional. It's not. There's always conditions with love. If you don't act right towards your woman, there's conditions. If your woman don't act right towards you, there's conditions. If you don't provide certain things, well, those are conditions. Love is not unconditional. It's not. It doesn't exist. So you're either going to be it or you're not. And for my advice for the younger dudes, like I said, man, like, don't get discouraged, bro. You have all the time on earth. Even though you might be pissed at the moment because you're not getting what you feel you deserve, don't worry. Women might be getting that, you might not. But in the end, you're going to get that as long as you do the work. It might be hard for you at first. It's going to be easier for you in the end. And it's only going to get harder for them. And this is just the dynamic of how things go. Whoever has the higher value, and let me tell you something right now, it don't matter who you are as a man, it don't matter who you are as a woman. If you're paired with somebody else, somebody has more leverage. Somebody has more power in the situation that you're in with whoever. Somebody has the upper hand. Somebody has more of the say. Somebody has more of the power. There's always a power dynamic. Things ain't just strictly 50-50. There is a power dynamic, and somebody else holds more. It doesn't matter what you want to believe. It doesn't matter who wants to believe anything. It is what it is. Either the girl you're talking to is going to have more power, or you're going to have more power, and it's whoever is the most rare. It's whoever is in abundance is who's going to have this power or not. And it's not that it's a very obvious thing, but it's something that it just is what it is. It's not like you have to talk about it. It just is what it is. If you're Dan Bilzerian, you have significantly more power than every girl that you fly out. Every girl on his jet, every girl that's with him, Dan Bilzerian has more power than every girl he rides with. All of them. Because he's Dan Bilzerian. It's just a fact. So, guys, Everything in life comes down to power. It's a power dynamic. If you're a young dude and you're single, you don't have too much to offer right now, your power might not be as high as it could be. You just got to give yourself time, and you're going to rise up, and you're going to see the difference in the way women treat you. You're going to see the difference in how your friends treat you. You're going to see the difference in how your peers treat you in general. You're going to see a massive difference. And it's huge. It's a big time difference. It's because you proved yourself. Even if you saw yourself and viewed yourself a certain way, others might not just yet, but as you keep going, you're going to gain respect. I know dudes, bro, who came into the gym skinny. Now they're jacked. Like, respect. They're earning respect. You look at them differently. It's like, okay, he's about that life. You got to respect it. And women also gain respect in different ways. No one's going to respect a 304. No one's going to respect someone bouncing up and down on eggplants left, right, and center. It's not respectable. You're doing it and it's easy. It's not hard for you to do that as a woman, because any guy is going to just take you and just do that if he wants. So if you let them, they're going to do it, and you're not respected. A woman who preserves herself is far more respected than anybody else that is a woman. If there's other women out there just giving themselves to any dude, you're losing respect. To males who are probably dudes that you want and you want to commit to, they're going to lose respect for you because you don't know how to respect yourself. But if you know how to respect yourself as a man or a woman, you're going to gain respect. And men gain respect by doing the work. If you're too young, you haven't done enough work yet to have that type of respect. So all you got to do is continue to grind. And who cares if people think you're cocky? Who cares if people think you're that way? You're a fucking masculine man. You're not stepping down to nobody. It is what it is. You're going to go out there and do your thing. You're not going to treat people bad or come off that way. It's just you're going to do your thing, because as you're improving your life, bro, there's going to be other dudes who's going to think you're cocky or you're arrogant because you're getting better in your life. They're actually going to think that way about you. And they're going to become haters because they're just not putting in the work that you're putting in. They low-key respect it, but they kind of hate it because you're becoming at a different level than they are. And it just is what it is. Not from a human standpoint, but from just like a success standpoint, like a physical standpoint. You're just becoming a different beast. And it's not even something you care about on your end, but they're going to view you differently. The respect is going to be different. Some people's going to hate, some people's going to respect it, but even the haters low-key respect it, bruh. They're hating for a reason. Love and hate is the same thing. Having very strong emotions is the same thing. So, what men should do today, especially young men, is get your shit together, man. Do that work. And don't beat yourself up because you're young. Your time is coming. There's a lot of impatient men today. There's nothing you can do about it. You have to continue to get better and become the man you're supposed to be. You will have the pick of the litter. You will have the options you want to have. And as well as the women, you might want to pick and choose wisely, as young as possible. Women have a small margin, small room for error. Everybody can make a mistake. Everybody can make a few mistakes, but I believe the more mistakes women make over a longer period of time in their life, it's only going to get harder and harder and harder and harder and harder for yourself. A woman who can get her head on straight as young as possible, as early as possible, and make the right decisions as early as possible is going to get the best shit. This is just how the world works. And it's not that it's just strictly like this, but you're putting yourself in the best position to get the things that you want out of life, to have a good dating life, a good relationship, a good marriage, and a family, and everything else. You're putting yourself in that position. Because if you believe as a man or a woman you can just live however you want, people should accept you, it's just delusional. Nobody just accepts just anybody. Everyone's gonna, place you at a certain threshold when it comes to life. You're either that dude or you're not. You're either that girl or you're not. Like, it's funny to me how women can be 304s and expect men to view them as like the most purest, angelic form of a woman you could possibly see. That is delusion. They want to be 304s and treat it like the best things on earth. That was never touched. And that's just not what it is. And you can't lie about that. You can't get away from that. The truth is going to come to light. Like, people's going to see that. Men's going to notice that. You can't hide it. You literally cannot hide it. So, it's the same thing for men. You can't lie about your status. You can't lie about where you're at in life, because the results is going to show. If a woman comes in, the results of your life is going to show. The results of who you are as a man is going to show. Everything is going to come to light. Everything is going to get exposed. The truth is going to come out. And that's a beautiful thing about life. So why should any of us live like peasants? Why should any of us live as if we can just do whatever we want, act however we want? As a man, I don't have to work, I don't have to grind, I don't have to do any of that. I should just be accepted. Why? It's not how the world works, and it's not that safe. You're not that safe of a bet as a man. And as a woman, you're not that safe of a bet if you're a 304. Because once a 304, always a 304. That is what is happening. That is who you is. Those are the things that you do. Those were the activities that took place. So if you've done it before, why would you not do it again? And why could it not happen again? There might be a small chance it doesn't. But what man of value wants to take that chance when he could get something else that ain't that? That's the question. So, it is what it is. This is why young men struggle today, and your struggle ain't forever, brother. Your struggle is not forever. And I also broke down why women can struggle today, and we already know. And women kind of put it on themselves. Men can put it on themselves if they don't do the work, but if you do the work, your life is going to be just fine, bro. You just don't know it yet. But as long as you do that work, as long as you can build stability and a stable life, and you have some finances coming in, you make some pretty good money, you take care of yourself, you're going to have no issues, bro. You're going to have your pick of the litter. Something is going to come, and it's going to bless you. So, that's the video for tonight. That is the end, and we'll see you on the next. And with that being said, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.